Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to give you 5 high 1-4 basketball plays that you can use against a man-to-man defense. These are set plays, so basically once you're finished running one of these plays, if you still have not scored, I would move into a 4-out or a 5-out motion offense. I've got videos on that as well, and I would like to say thank you to my girlfriend for this t-shirt, and I also have another t-shirt as well from her. It was my birthday the other day, and so I'd like to say thank you for all the gifts from all the people. But anyways, let's get down to the clipboard and let's check out these basketball plays. So first in this first basketball play, what we're going to have is player 5 setting a screen out for player 2. Player 2 is going to use that screen, and he's going to be then setting a screen out for player 1. At this time, if there's a switch, that would be probably the best, but if player 2's man fights through, we're going to have player 5 clear out to the other side, and we're going to have player 4, he's going to be setting a screen on player 3. Player 1 is going to be using that screen, and player 2 is going to be rolling towards the basket. So we could have player 2 open for a layup. If player 2's man doesn't switch, player 1's man is able to get through. Player 1 could have also taken that shot as well. Our backup option is player 4 having that screen for player 3, and player 3 could be jacking up that 3-point shot, or even a mid-range shot, depending on whatever he is more comfortable with. If none of this works, we can have player 2 move out. We can have player 3 and 4 on the out, and we can now be set up in a 5-out motion offense. I always like to follow up a set play with a motion offense just in case the set play doesn't work. However, this play has worked very well for me. Now, in this second play, what we're going to have is a beginning that is very similar. We're going to have player 2 setting a screen for player 3, except this time we're going to have player 5 out on the wing. Player 3 is going to use that screen, and he's going to be now setting up a double screen for player 5. At this time, player 2 is going to clear out to that side. Player 1 is going to be going out towards the kind of like a 45-degree angle off the free throw line. And player 5 is going to be using player 3 and 4 as a screen. Now, player 5 is going to now cut towards the basket, where now he should be open for that layup. If he is not open for that layup, and one of these players, player 3 or player 4, was to drop off on player 5, I want the player who's defender who drops off to cut towards the high post. So for example, if player 3 dropped off to defend player 5 from getting that basket, we're going to now have player 3 pop over towards this high post, and what should be open now is player 3 from the mid-range shot. Now, of course, if none of this is open, we can have player 3 set up, and this can be a 4-out motion offense, where we would now run a simple pass and cut, where we would have player 2 pass to player 1 pass to player 2. Player 3 would then set a screen up. Player 1 would cut towards the basket, and if he's not open, let's say player 1 got through, player 3 would pop up. Player 2 would then pass to player 3, and player 1 would then set a back screen on player 2, and we would continue through just like so, where we would then have maybe player 3 pass to player 4, and we would then have player 2 setting a back screen on player 3, and he could be open for that cut. But that's a play for another video. Any of these motion offenses are on other videos on this channel as well, if you wanted to go check them out. If I remember, the links will be in the top comment below. Now, in this third basketball play, we're going to have player 4 set a screen on player 5. Player 5 is going to use that screen. He's going to cut across the free throw line and then back down. What we're going to be hoping for is him to receive the ball right before he cuts down, and player 1 can get him that ball. Now, player 5 should be able to cut right towards the rim for the layup, and if he's not open, let's say player 5 red or 4 was able to then cut him off and break through that screen, we can now have player 4 setting a back screen on player 3, who's going to be cutting baseline, where he should be open for that basket. Again, if nothing is open, we can set up a 5-out or a 4-out motion offense. Now, in this fourth basketball play, we're going to have a staggered screen. We're going to be having player 2 move down towards the low corner and player 5 to be popping out. We're going to be having a staggered screen with players 4 and 3. Player 1 is going to use that staggered screen. He could take that shot. He could also drive towards the rim as well. And then the other option, and our next option, is going to be this first screener, the high post player. He's going to be rolling towards the basket. And now one of a few things can happen. Player 1 could obviously be open for a three-point shot. If player 1's man fought through, he won't be open for a shot. Player 4 could be open for a layup. Or if player 3's man sags down to kind of help out player 4, red, player 3 could be popping out for a three-point shot. So there's a couple of different options here. Now in our fifth and final play, we're going to start with player 3 and 2 heading down towards the low corner or the baseline. And we're going to have player 4 and 5 pop up to do a sandwich screen on player 1. Player 1 can then decide which way he wants to go. If, for example, he goes towards the right side, player 4 is going to roll towards the basket, and he could be open for that layup. Now, if player 5 was not used, which he hasn't been used in this play just yet, he's going to move down, and he's going to be setting up a screen for player 2. Player 2 is going to use that screen, and he's going to be popping up towards the point, where player 1 can pass him the ball, and he can either take a three-point or a mid-range shot, and hopefully get that in. I hope that these plays help you win more games. If they do, let us know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. And I'll see you guys again later on today for our second video of the day. Again, Kyla, thanks for the shirts.